20 minutes.
I have a T-shirt from the opening of the West End Mall Apple Store.
Who'd you get that from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine from yours.
Yeah.
I had
Did
to
they
work
shoot
that
at him
day.
out of an anodized aluminum T-shirt cannon?
No, I think they handed them out with the juice boxes.
Yeah, they were they were just very nice. They stood there, and as we walked around, they're like, "Oh, did you want a T-shirt?" I'm like, yes. This is. I'm still taking things from strangers. Yes, I will definitely have that. Thank you for handing that to me. Heather, did you want a T-shirt?
Yeah, I was working that day in the same mall. I just couldn't get off on a break.
Frickin' Edmonton gets. They have no. This makes sense. West Edmonton Mall, because we lived in Edmonton. And
All of us.
we lived in Edmonton.
All of us, even Molly.
On this side of the
whether
screen.
she knows it or not.
I was this big, yeah.
Cameron's lived in Calgary, so it's a little different.
Close enough.
And he would admit as much too, that it was a little different living in Calgary, I'm sure. Yes.
Calgary is the only city I've ever been to that had a 2-story Tiffany's in a mall.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
To show you how much money was floating around Calgary when I was there and what kind of tastes the people in Calgary who had money.
I grew up within spitting distance of South Coast Plaza in Orange County, California, which is a very similar vibe. A Bloomingdale's that is its own building, just full-on monoliths.
Nice.
Yes.
Just an arcology.
Yeah, basically, it's like another planet a little bit.
West Ed Mall is definitely its own. I mean, it's 8 city blocks long. So it's big and it's
3 layers deep.
yeah, and you can stay in it forever if you want. It has its own hotel and places to wash yourself. But
That's not what those are for.
yeah, you use the water park how you want.
I'm thinking of the whale statue.
They opened an Apple store there, and I'm like, that's fine. I understand like West Ed should have an Apple store because it's West Edmonton Mall. It was at one point the largest mall on the planet. It's a big place of commerce. It makes sense that you would open something there. Then they opened another one in Southgate Mall. And Southgate Mall is not the largest anything on the planet. It's not even the biggest pain in the ass on the planet. It's
Which
just
it has an LRT stop, which
Yeah.
West End does not.
it didn't have one then. But you're right, West End should have an LRT stop.
Didn't it have one in the secret basement? Was
It has a secret train tunnel, but not a public one.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's
Like Disney.
they opened 2 in Edmonton, and there's like 1 million people living in Edmonton. 2 Apple stores. But everybody in Edmonton has a car, so you can get to West End if you need to get your Apple crap repaired. We have no Apple store on the island.
Well, no.
And none of us own cars.
Yep. No.
What's the deal with IKEA also not being on the island?
There's that too.
Agreed.
500,000 people live on the island, and Apple's like, we don't see the reason to open it. And it's like, why not? You can just go to Vancouver. No, you can go to hell.
What?
I'm not going to Vancouver to...
What number of? Do we start a counting game? How many things are not on Victoria? Vancouver
Does it have a
Island?
Disney
Taco Bell.
park?
Yeah. I knew it! Oh, I knew that was coming. Oh my God.
How big
Yeah,
is
we
the
can just go to
Edmonton?
Vancouver. It's only 5 hours away
Yeah.
by boat.
I wouldn't go there right now.
Go ahead, Molly.
Oh, how big is the giant Edmonton Mall compared to the Mall of America?
So I believe at one time it was bigger, and then
Yeah.
something expanded in the Mall of America, and now they're the largest again.
Was it the Taco Bell? Did the Taco Bell just kind of expand
No.
out
They just-
up in the building?
They just kind of freckled around the outside of the Mall of America, like little feets.
I'm not sure even how they decided. I think it's like by available retail space or available size of the building. I'm not really sure. But
Because they can't include the parking lot. That wouldn't be fair.
right.
Probably
It
not.
has to be just walkable square footage.
But I'm pretty sure that the largest mall that's ever was built since then was supposed to be one in China that never opened.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was going to be the world's biggest mall, but it never opened. I mean, I know that's a derail. Now I'm hearing from chat, Fanklock is saying King of Prussia is the biggest mall. Is
I
that like
believe that.
Prussia, Wisconsin? Like, where is...
It's in Prussia.
Prussia doesn't exist anymore, though,
I
right?
Well, and if the criterion is, retail, I guess retail or entertainment space, because there are malls with movie theaters and stuff, But like when I was on tour with the Double Clicks, we were near enough the Mall of America that we were like, we have to go because we can't not have gone. And so we found ourselves doing things like going to the Peep store and riding a roller coaster because they were in the mall. But I wouldn't consider those like functional mall activities. It's just kind of a flex of like, look how much space we got in this here mall.
We could have a whole store for Peeps.
What do you think they call a person whose job it is to decide upon mall space? Are they like mall master or mall salesman?
The Mall Baron.
Mall baron.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like West Ed Mall had like a concierge,
Yeah, they
so
do.
like there's weird stuff going on there.
Every mall I've been in has had a concierge.
The mall key.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh, the mall czar.
The Mall Czar. At King of Prussia, that would definitely be the Mall Czar.
Wasn't that just Frederick the Great?
It was pretty
Molligarch is pretty good.
Mm.
These are also, I'm writing all of these down for band names, so keep them coming, people.
You're not going to get reimbursed for a single one of these, but keep writing them.
TM. I'm scanning them.
Just write them on a sheet of paper and mail it to yourself. Mine now.
Yeah, just full blown like Rivers Cuomo style. Like, these will make sense in the morning. I'll just go through with a highlighter.
I was in National Harbor, Maryland, because that's where MagFest happens. And which is odd because it's at this National Harbor, Maryland, as people have explained it, is like at this weird intersection of like Washington D.C. and Maryland and like Virginia, like all get, because they're all very close to each other in that area. National Harbor apparently is like this little space that's carved out of it. But like they had a Peeps store as well. But it's a walkable, it's an outside community style thing that they have built from every community is built from the ground up. But anyway, they had a Peeps store that was outside and it was in the shape of a peep.
Uh-huh.
It's like a mom and pop Peep store.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like
It was
a well-formed peep or a poorly formed peep?
no, a well-formed peep. Like they were like, if we're gonna try to sell these things to people, they need to know what they're supposed to look like.
A pert little Peep on the side of the road.
It was
Just
real,
like the platonic Peep to bring it back.
like the giant peach that was like that's in Penticton on Okanagan Lake.
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
that keep rolling into the lake?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Right, it is formed like a but it's massive. It's way bigger than because you can fit lots of people inside this. This isn't like a tiny little kiosk, but it is like
of
it is a formed object. It's not like we made a block and then we like put a beak on the outside. It's like no, they made this huge fiberglass frickin' Peep that then you can go inside and walk around with, and there's like it's like
Can we take a-
it's the size of a reasonable apartment.
Can we take a brief time out to some people in chat don't know what a Peep is.
Oh,
Before we
good.
carry on with the skeuomorphic Peep discussion.